Network. We have somebody over here from the class of 1969, right? There you go. All right. So we have an unbelievably strong alumni network, and the alumni partner with us in so many things we do, from giving their money and resources to giving their time to informing our students year after year what it's like to be practitioners in fields through our career days and whatnot. Talking a little bit more logistically, it's really easy to get here. The Long Island Railroad comes here, a bunch of subways come here, buses, it's a hub of transportation. So even though there are 6,000 students here, each student is going to have the same number of classes that they would in any other high school, and they're going to have the same number of kids in every one of their classes in every high school. It's just everything is bigger, right? So I have 6,000 students, I have 280 teachers, I have 180 classrooms, just everything is exponentially bigger. But it doesn't mean that they're going to get less attention. The teachers each have the same number of students, not only per class, but across all their classes, that any other teacher would have at any other high school in New York City. So let's talk a little bit about the academic program here. College credit courses begin as early as the 9th grade. Something also that makes Brooklyn Tech, we'll talk a little bit more in depth about it a little bit, unique is our major system. No other specialized high school, or therefore no other high school in New York City, has a major system. We have also a very rich arts program. Mr. Trump,
So very quickly, being a STEM school, a lot of parents and students have questions about what opportunities are there in the performing and visual arts here at Tech. And we have a very robust program, several levels of chorus, band, and orchestra. We have a spring musical, a fall play. We have several majors that focus on the visual arts. So if you were considering sending your child to Brooklyn Tech, but maybe you were on the fence because you think it's solely a STEM school, that is absolutely not the case. And when it comes to music and art here at Tech, we take it very seriously. Mr. Newman is very supportive of it, and we can provide your child a very robust experience in both art and music. So we hope you remember that when you're making your choice. Thank you.
We also have numerous courses that are college credit bearing, AP courses. We have the largest College Board AP program in the world. We have many classes that are beyond AP. Many of our courses in our major are based on not only undergraduate, but graduate, law school, medical school type of courses. Let's talk about the academic program down to nitty gritty. You can have a schedule as early as 8 o'clock. That is our first period. Some students have a first period, some don't. If you have a first period at 8 o'clock, it is not so likely that you go to 10th period at 3:35. Usually, if you have an 8 o'clock class, your day ends at 2:50. If you have an 8:45 class, your day ends at 3:35. Usually. That might change depending on the courses that you choose to take, not in 9th grade, but in the upper grades. A typical 9th grade program, everyone will have an ELA English class. You will have mathematics, you'll have Algebra 1 and Geometry in the same year, double period Algebra 1 in the fall, double period Geometry in the spring, or if you've taken Algebra 1 already, you will just simply start with a full year of Geometry. And therefore, by 10th grade, all students are at the same pace in mathematics. You will have a world language of your choosing. You will have a science. Some people will come in already taking living environment. Many of you will already have that. And then you will choose whether you want to take AP Bio as a 9th grader, and thus a college credit bearing course, or go right into physics. If you take AP Bio, you'll take physics in junior year. All 10th graders take chemistry. You will take pre-AP World, which will launch into 10th grade, of a choice of taking AP European History, AP World History, or just non-AP Global History. All students will have physical education, not just each semester in 9th grade, but each semester in every grade. You will, of course, have lunch. And then our signature course in the 9th grade is called DDP, Design and Drafting for Production. It's a Project Lead the Way course. I'm going to talk about it a little bit now, but you can also have math team if you choose, or a musical elective if you desire. Chorus classes, music classes as well. So DDP. So DDP does, it's a mandatory course. It does count as an art credit. It focuses on the design process from brainstorming to prototyping to hands-on projects. Students use industry standard 3D modeling software. So it is computer-assisted drafting, but to the next level, to prototyping and ultimately 3D printing and creation. Students who earn an 84.5 or higher in the course and pass the final exam in June can earn college credit through RIT. So all 9th graders have advisory, and this is a way to do many things. It's a way to, from the very beginning, have students that meet each other, make some friends, meet a trusted adult, and it promotes emotional, social well-being and growth. It's really designed to promote and assist newly arrived freshmen to adapt to high school, but adapt to this one especially. It meets once a week, and so, but we do have advisory for all 4 grade levels. So you have advisory every single year for just a semester. So freshmen get advisory in the fall semester when they first get here. Sophomores get it in the spring of their 10th grade, and seniors get it in the fall of their 12th grade to help on the college piece, and then juniors get it in the spring of their 11th grade, also about the college piece. In 10th grade, our signature course is Advanced Principles, Advanced Placement of Computer Science Principles. All students take the course for college credit, and it gives you a basic foundation of computer science. It introduces them to those concepts, challenges them to explore how computing and technology can impact the world, focuses on computational thinking, data analysis, fostering creativity and development of computational artifacts. So, in 10th grade, students pick in the spring semester, we have a major fair where students are exposed to all of our 18 majors. They hear from students and teachers in each major, and we have this huge major fair, and afterwards they rank their majors, the majors that they want to go into. At Brooklyn Tech, you don't really take electives. I mean, you can take some electives, some AP classes later on, junior, senior year, but the electives that you need for state mandates for graduation requirements are chosen for you in the major you choose. So if you choose biological sciences, you'll have 5 elective classes in biological sciences. These are 2 classes of instruction in the junior year and 3 classes in the senior year. Here are our majors. There is something for everyone. I think you can see them. I'll rattle them off anyway. Aerospace engineering, biological sciences, civil engineering, environmental science, industrial design, neuroscience, applied mathematics, media, social science, architectural engineering, chemical engineering, electrical engineering, finance, law society, pharmacy, mechatronics and robotics, physics, and software engineering. So if you let those marinate in a little bit, there is truly something for everyone. Majors are so much of what our culture here at Brooklyn Tech that makes us what we are. Mr. Trombetta talked a little bit about our music program, and I'd like to add a little bit about the theater arts program. We have award-winning fall play and spring musical, holiday concerts, spring concerts, tons of elective classes, both in band, orchestra, and chorus, as you can see. So yeah, really, really robust classes in music, and of course some of the music kids are now turning around and like, I'm going to take some of those classes. Ooh, you can take some of those classes. Anyway, so that's that. We do also have academic supports here. We offer free tutoring available daily, not only in person after school. We have many of our teachers that stay late, that tutor you in various subjects. Very often it's not your teacher. It's not like you go back to your teacher to get tutoring. We have like a physics tutor, we have a, from each subject. and you go to a teacher who teaches here, and they tutor students after school. We also have something called Zoom a Teacher that starts later on at night. We have our teachers on Zoom giving you tutoring at night for anything you might need, an exam the next day, or just general tutoring that you might need, and so that's available as well. We provide and hook you up with summer internships. We have many research programs about, the web-based system we use for communications called Jupyter. It's a system, maybe some of you use it in middle school and whatnot, that it's live. You can see your students' grades every single day. It gets a little, but yeah, and so you can check your students' grades. You can see things instantaneously as they're graded and whatnot. I want to talk about some other supports. We have a robust guidance department headed by Assistant Principal Luis Manzano. If you want to ask them questions, Assistant Principal Luis Manzano will be in 66. You'll see that in the thing. But telling you a little bit about this department, the guidance counselor that you get in 9th grade follows you for all your 4 years, gets to know you really, really well. They deal with various academic supports, but also crisis management. We also have a substance abuse prevention specialist on full-time staff, and we do have various social workers dedicated to each grade that deal with mostly crisis management. Special education is spearheaded by Assistant Principal Brodsky. He will be in 6E4 this evening if you want to go talk to him, and that has we have a big department, social workers working there, school psychologists, speech teacher, physical therapist, occupational therapist, hearing teacher, audiologist. We have various special education teachers, obviously teaching in our ICT classes. We also have SET classes as well, and it says there 60-20, but that is not true. It's 6E4. We have a assistant principal, Cuesta. She'll be in 5E9 tonight, and she just deals with college services. There's a lot about college here, right? A vast majority of our students go into college, a vast majority of our students go to college, and we are many things, and we're also a college preparatory high school. And so we do have 4 dedicated college counselors that all they do is college, and they do everything from helping you process your application, give you advisement. We have 2 dedicated scholarship advisors, and also they do various student and parent workshops. They run the biggest college fair of any high school in the country, various panel discussions. It seems like in the fall, every day of the week, there is virtual college tours as well and information sessions. We do college visits for students as well. Everything is done by our online application tool called Naviance. We give workshops, ACT, SAT. We give all students the SAT for free here. We give all students both 10th grade and 11th grade, the PSAT also for free. So, yeah, okay. And then, so this is a whole lot about the Alumni Foundation. We're also unique in the sense that we actually have an Alumni Foundation office in the building, and there's a team of alumni that work in that office dedicated to making sure that their resources get in the hands of teachers and ultimately exposing students to enrichment that they wouldn't be able to see otherwise. We got all sorts of other people. We have 2 PA presidents. We have our superstar parent coordinator, Miss Mary Hume. We have COSIS, coordinator of student activities for all 4 grades, led by Miss Christina Massey. I think she's got this. I don't know. Clap for her anyway. I think she's in this. Oh, there you go. Okay. Mr. Adam Velazquez, Ms. Robinson Bynum, Ms. Zagorios. So each of them spearheads a class and helps to plan with the students. There's student leadership classes. In every single grade, we have an army of students that represent student government here, and they run everything. You saw many of the students that I speak of, who also probably happen to be in NHS that greeted you when you came in here. So each of these adults spearhead each class And the classes come up with ideas, fun things, and all sorts of activities for students to do and whatnot. Our athletic director is here somewhere with Anthony Cipollini. He's also the assistant principal of the physical education and health department. All right, take it away. Okay, so extracurricular. So this is a way of life here. And so you, how do I say this? You must join a club or a team. You must, right? And so that's not just saying, like, I think it's a good idea. You actually have to. It's a requirement of graduation. But our agenda here is to make sure that you get to meet some people, right? This is a very big place. Clubs and teams help make it a smaller place for you to find your people, right? And then your majors do that as well in junior and senior year. But it's a requirement to join a club or a team. We have 43 junior varsity and varsity teams. We won 6 athletic city championships last year. Now, all right, it doesn't sound like a big deal, but let me explain to you why it's a big deal, right? Not only did we win more city championships than any other school, no school in New York City won more than one except us. Okay. So, something that's interesting that people don't know about Brooklyn Tech, we're an athletic powerhouse. Max Preps labeled us, or we won whatever, the #1 athletic program in the state 3 years in a row. Okay, just saying. Who's lucky, right? I talked about our student covenant, NHS, Beta, Key Club, NESD. What's wrong? But let them in. But let them wander around. All right? Yeah, okay, so we're doing a second show. Got it. Yeah, let them in, let them wander around. Got it? And then we'll come back. All right. Apparently there's thousands of people outside. Okay. So that's that. Okay. So here are some of our athletic teams, but we basically offer every single thing that PSAL offers. Talking about how people think you can see this on the website. I'm giving it just a little bit of. Okay. Talking about academic clubs, we currently have over 300 clubs. If there is somehow not a club for you, you create one, and then we'll have 301. And so it is very, most of the days of week, when school ends, most of our students stay, right? There's various reasons for that. You might have a good friend who lives in the Bronx and you live in Brooklyn, and the only place for you to hang out is here, right? So that sometimes happens, and you find a safe place to be and whatnot. Sometimes students stay here just to simply do work, and our library is open later. Sometimes you're staying for a club or a team, or just to hang out in various ways. It is very typical for students at 3:35 just simply not to go home, and to stay safely here in the building for various different things. So here's some of the clubs. Don't take a picture of them. But you take a picture. And so, but there's literally 300 of them. I listed like 40 of them. And so some of the academic clubs have award-winning teams. For example, our Mock Trial and Moot Court team, city champions, 3 years in a row. And those are 2 separate teams, by the way. Our big team is always sending kids to nationals. Robotics team is always going to nationals and doing great things. Our chess team does amazing things. We got all sorts of stuff. Okay, I think you're done hearing me speak, so I'm gonna give you this piece of information. Everything is on our website. Everything. Play around with it. bths.edu. Everything is there. And so there's that. I want to explain to you also about navigating tech. It is a figure 8 with compass directions. 2 and 2 is on the 2nd floor, the north side. You can figure that out. Look at the stars. And then number 2, right? So it's always the floor, then the compass direction. If it's a C, it's in the center. because it's a degree, right? You also have this map on the papers I gave you, right? You're gonna get lost. It's okay. Everyone, enjoy your time around. I'll see you in September.